Australia. I hope you're all well. I have put myself in a bit of a panic. It's Christmas Stampathon time of the month. Our brand new challenge went live yesterday, which is stamped backgrounds. And as many of you know, the amazing Ruth Trice is part of our admin creative design team. And I was watching her video this morning, or at least I watched the last half of the last part of the video, and I'm now all nervous about doing stamp backgrounds because she is so super amazing. So I really do appreciate Ida, Sharon, Brenton, Shaz and Pamela being here early to buoy me on with what I'm about to do. I have nothing against stamp backgrounds. I normally do not do a full A4 or A12 or 12 by 12 stamped background. So I'm not going, although I have done in the past, and for some reason they got pulled out today. So I'm going to show you some stamp backgrounds that I haven't cut up yet. So these are some of the ones that I have previously done in videos. So I can prove that I have done stamped one sheet wonders, but for the Christmas Stampathon, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. And I have opted to go for a card front size. So we're going to go with card front size, but still do stamp backgrounds, and we're going to do multiple of them. So if you want to join in with us with our stamp backgrounds, we've already had heaps of people jump in and show their stamp backgrounds. Hey, Donna. And I have the Facebook group linked in the comments below. What else do I need to tell you? Just a little bit of housekeeping about things that are going on at the moment. Stampin' Up's annual catalogue and our mini catalogue. So this current catalogue and our mini catalogue, because of course I put stuff on top of them. These are soon to be retiring to make way for the new catalogue, which is over there and I forgot to grab out. But we have been told in advance, which not many people tell you, if you go to the grocery store and find your favourite product has been put up in price, I can guarantee you no one told you about it, so you could stock up first. But a number of our products are going up in price as of the 1st of May. So some of the items are our ink refills, our Stampin' Blends. I just had my stepdaughter dip her toe into Stampin' Blends and she ordered rainbow. Ooh, can you open it please? I'll even give, sorry, I have a package. Is it my name on it? Ooh, exciting. I got 2 packages yesterday. And rather than being a big brown box, it was a mini brown box, like so super tiny. Oh, cool. Thank you very much. No, leave it in here for the moment. That's fine. Thank you, sweetheart. It's non-stamping related. Very exciting, but non-stamping related. You still, sorry, please excuse me for a second. Yeah. Did they go down to the smaller size? No.
Warm compress with a chamomile tea bag for some reason.
We've got plenty of those.
Exactly.
Okay.
I wasn't going to use them. Okay,
very good. Just some piecing concerns. Lavender has some nose rings that weren't playing along and went to get them looked at this morning. Awesome. Thank you, my love.
So I'll do that tonight.
Okay. Very good.
I think chamomile tea has like some nice properties.
Herbal tea is amazing, full stop. Full stop. So, yes. Oh, did I miss Margaret? I'm so sorry, Margaret. I missed you coming in. So, back to what is going up in price. Stampin' Blends. Select specialty ink. So, I know our Memento is definitely going up, which is what I use with my Stampin' Blends. Embossing paste, Stampin' Spots. Our cardstock is going up. I currently have a cardstock order sitting there for myself, just so I can stock up on the ones that are low. Note cards and envelopes, Stampin' Cut and Emboss plates, punches, select storage, select tools, and select adhesives. So my Tombow glue is going up in price, and we cannot forget, and I always have to get these ink pads out. I can never think about it beforehand. We are saying goodbye to our 2022 to 2024 in colours. So these ones, if you'd like, I can use Sweet Sorbet and Parakeet Party today. I can use some of these colours because I haven't chosen any colours for my stamped backgrounds. So tell me if you want me to use and celebrate some of these colours. I would recommend, if you have these ink pads, grab the refills, because that means these ink pads are going to last a whole lot longer, because you've got the ink to refill when they get dry. And you can have them around for years and years and years. The other thing, if you want it, grab your cardstock and any embellishments, because all those things tend to sell out super duper quickly if they're not already sold out. I have not checked. Hey Bev, how are you? Flick the other way. Oh, I have an interesting update in my email, but I don't want to read it because I'm live with you girls and guys. Sorry, Brenton. And my other awesome male friends that may watch. Oh, good. Everyone's saying hello. So while I am getting that up and I'm checking the inventory status report, I have grabbed down some stamps. So Ringed with Nature, which I know Ruth used this morning. I'm planning on using the poinsettia like she did. This stamp set is retiring. Okay, I can tell you that it will not be around. I grabbed out the Merriest trees because I was thinking I may use this sentiment. And I grabbed out textured timber. So just for a different timber, I was thinking of using the wood round, using that as a base and then building off that. But in my delivery yesterday, so last week, if you watch my unboxing videos, I may have said, I think I forgot, I've now had the other child just walk in the door from first day of work experience. So no doubt we will hear how all the adorable childcare children were this morning for Owen. So just so you know, real life here, no airs and graces. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just in my particular life. All these things happen always around my lives. It wouldn't matter when I scheduled it. These things would just happen. So inventory status report. I did not forget to get my ink pads. There was an issue with ordering. So I do have our brand new colours. So Petunia Pop, Summer Splash. Have I got the right name? Yes. Shy Shamrock. Pretty in Pink, which should look very, very familiar, and Peach Pie. So they are the 5 new ink colours, and because I know I just haven't shared with you yet, because I'm yet to share a live card making video in a couple of weeks, I wanted to get on here and share one with you. I ordered 2 bundles. One is in the online exclusives because I wanted to see what was in the Christmas offering in the catalogue, and unfortunately there isn't anything, so I grabbed Encircled in Nature. Okay, so I thought today we may use that, I'm not sure, and I got the matching dies, haven't opened those yet. And the other one that is carrying over, that it was so close to going on my order so many times, is Bright Skies, because this will actually coordinate with a number of sets that I already have that are carrying over, and I got those dies as well. So you got a little bit of a kind of unboxing here, although I think I will open No, because this is a stamped background. So we're not using any dies. This is going to be a bit of a challenge for me, guys, because you know I like dies and I like dies and I like dimension. And I'm going to have to create that in a whole different way, which is all good. The other sad news I have to break to you, and it really, really hurts my heart. My upline did tell me on stage about this, and she said, I need to be the one that tells you this. I went, yes. And she said, vellum is retiring. So vellum in all its forms in the catalogue, both specialty and the A4 cardstock, is retiring. I think I'm okay with it. I don't know how I'll be when my reflex goes to use it, but I am actually going to, when it does, well, it is already sold out. Vellum cardstock in Australia has already sold out, so I'm going to have to remove it. I'm going to have to remove it from directly above me in my basic stash of paper. Otherwise, I'm going to use it all. I'm going to go and use it all the time. I am doing these cards, which is my Notes of Nature class. That is my current class. There is a little bit of vellum on there, so after I've die cut those things for my team, yes, that's correct, Brenton, the thick, very vanilla thick cardstock has sold out, but very vanilla isn't going anywhere. Very vanilla is staying, just the thick cardstock, and I just don't think they sold enough of either. My upline did say, when was the last time you sold a pack of vellum? We use it a lot. And I said, yes, we use it nearly every card. Maybe not every, but we do use it very frequently. And I said, I can't remember the last time I sold a pack other than me personally buying it. So, yeah, we went, okay, and the pennies started dropping and the cogs started turning, but it doesn't stop my love for it and the reasons why I use it. So it'll be interesting to see how my card making looks without me having that as an option, because I don't like to use things that you can't purchase. So some things may be temporarily unavailable, but I don't want to not be able to say, yes, and I can help you get that, or point you in the right direction. I know there will be other places you can get vellum, but I can't personally recommend it or vouch for its thickness, because a lot of vellum is actually classified as paper in its thickness, where we had vellum cardstock, which was thicker, and I have even created, sorry, I just remembered I had a ring under my glass mat. Hey, Shari, I've even created card bases using vellum. That's how, with a little bit of reinforcement, but that's how great and thick our cardstock was. It stood up to being a card base. Okay, so let's get on to better things and let's do some stamping. Making a Christmas card. So I'm going to take some colour suggestions. I am going to go back to our chat. I will happily take colour suggestions and just check I haven't missed any comments, which I have not. I will flick this over and I'll also quickly check how Owen's morning was. But he's very chatty with David, so I assume the morning went well. Okay. Cannot believe there are 21 of you here. How amazing, guys. Thank you so much for joining. While you are here with me, just don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Of course, I haven't started card making yet, but I'd appreciate the support. And also, if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe. And there are some options as part of subscribing that will help you see when I'm live and all of those other amazing things. So I think we're good there. So you can see stamp sets I've got out. Whether I use all these is a whole different thing. I'll just go get the light. Hello, Mary Beth. Lovely to have you here. Go grab the light so we don't have any shadows, and I'll be right back. Oh dear. Sorry, a friend just shared something with me. I had some taxi issues coming back from Melbourne the other week. And all these stories are now coming out because there's a national inquiry going into disability transport, which is very interesting but off topic. Did you go okay, mate? It was lovely. Fantastic. Do you want me to shut the door? I'm doing my live video. What do you want me to do? Shut the door? Okay. Oh, phew. He had a lovely morning. That's always what mums want to hear. It's like, oh, because the person at the daycare is actually a personal and karate friend. So she did both the kids' first classes and is still a teacher at karate. So it's lovely that I felt great that Owen was going to be well looked after and supported today. So I dare say he's going to be very tired. Okay, so I am just looking at some base things to use. No one's given me any colour suggestions yet. So I am going to go, do you know what? I almost want to use Barely Beige. But I think it might be a bit light. I'm going to grab out crumb cake. Crumb cake or pecan pie? I probably will use pecan pie, but I'm going to grab crumb cake. I'm going to experiment with one card front first. And then I will, once I'm happy, because I definitely want to use this wood round. I was thinking I might like to use this twig, and I want to use the poinsettia. So that's what I want to use, and possibly this sentiment. So I do have plans, but let's just start at the start. Hello, Miss Maureen. How are you, stranger? I feel stranger because I haven't actually spoken to you in forever. So, just, whoops, I got cables falling everywhere. And I think I'm just going to grab out a scrap piece of cardstock here, because I think we're going to be using some Stampin' Off. So I have not used this before. Well, actually, maybe I have. I think I used this with Barely Beige during my unboxing video. Now that I have my inks, would you guys like me to do a proper color comparison? So I can do that in Thursday's video and then maybe make a card. So portrait, landscape, not sure, but if we go here, we've kind of got the best of both worlds. So loving that stamped off. Next, I think I just want to add this around it for a little bit of definition. Now, because this is brand new, haven't opened it yet, which means the stamps aren't on the case, which is something I normally do. I also throw this piece in the bin. I know it may seem a bit wasteful, but it's just what I do. Now, this is a little tricky for me. Oh, that's interesting. So this stamp isn't complete, but the actual stamp when you take it off the sheet is complete, even though there is an opening there. So that's good that it won't really go out of shape. I like that. Sorry, just trying to grab blocks. Now, some of you also may have noticed that in the catalogue. Some of it, though, you may or may not know, because I know not everyone is a demonstrator, and I love that customers watch me as well. Some of our blocks are going to be retiring, but I will not be retiring any of my blocks, if that makes sense. I will still be using all my blocks, because yes, it has been way too long, Maureen. We need to rectify that, but life is just so crazy busy at the moment. I'm not sure where things are at most days. Yes, that goes really nicely around, and I think I will stamp off again, because I just want it as a texture rather than being, I'm creating a base. So that's not perfect, but that's fine. So I've done that. I've done this. Now I'm being very bold and keeping these ink pads open for the moment. So next, I think I'd like to add my flower, but it's going to be flowers, plural. So tell me if you like where I'm going. I'm undecided at the moment where I'm going. I'm not sure if I'm liking it, but we shall see. I think I might like to use some of this sweet sorbet, because then we've got some dots for the middle that I think I might like to use in another color. So I'm thinking one just here, and then one nestled in there, and then maybe another one nestled in there. And while I'm here, I'm going to use the dots. I'm just going for it because, hey, that's what Ruth would do, and I'm trying to channel my inner Ruth. Hey Lisa, how are you? Okay, so this little friend is here, and I'm thinking I'm going to grab some cherry cobbler for the middle of our flowers. Now, we are going to need some greenery, and we do have some nice greenery. We've got that greenery, and we've also got some nice greenery in Ringed with Nature. So I don't want to grab out too much else. Oh, that is perfect for the centers. Nice. Okay, they look like finished flowers now, which is always a bit of an issue when I look at flowers and they're not finished. This is a borrowed stamp set, so I can't just rip all of these off and do what I would normally do and wish with. I'm good. I'm good. Kind of had some plans waylaid this morning. The person I was meant to be meeting with is actually ill, which is not great. So my plan is kind of working. So this sentiment, I'll show you the set. It's shaped like a Christmas tree, but because we're doing a stamped background, I really need to consider that this needs, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to look like a tree. It just happens to look like a tree, if that makes sense. Now, I'm thinking, no, not that block. Sorry, girls and guys. Just working out what block is going to work best for my needs. And it's going to be this one. Sadly, this block is going to be one of the blocks retiring, and I love it so much because I can see the edges of the paper and move things how I would like. So I actually really like that there. So that's mounted, but I'm going to add in my greenery. Now I'm liking that there's some white space at the top, because that is always, no, that is not the one that actually goes with flowers. It's this one down here. And poor Ruth, when I was watching her video this morning, she actually ended up making 10 cards. She's an absolute machine, that woman. She has lost the dots for this stamp set, and she was very sad about it. Okay, so greenery, greenery, greenery. I use a sweet sorbet, so I'm thinking of going something lighter. I'm even considering starting with soft seafoam and then kind of building up from there. So I may even add some parakeet party. Now I can also do, that stamp off isn't going to show very much at all. No, but that's okay. This is just adding our first layer, which it just gives you kind of a picture of where I'd like to go. Yes, I definitely want one coming out of here as well. I'm really feeling how autumny this is, despite the fact in Australia it is meant to be autumn. It is not autumn. We're getting nearly 30 degrees today. Parakeet party, I know it's going to be bright, so I may stamp it off, but it's going to match the tone of the sweet sorbet. So just let me actually, stamping at full strength is quite fine, actually. Oh, except when you don't stamp it properly. Okay, I don't dislike that at all. Don't dislike it. Now, sentiment-wise, do you think we should go a darker brown and like go early espresso, or should I use another color as well, or instead of? Hey Anne, how are you? Do we need a darker green for greenery? Like maybe Lost Lagoon, Old Olive. My Lost Lagoon isn't there actually. Interesting. Maybe a touch of Granny Apple, and I think that'll bring our greenery together. Eda, it's not open. Not until I have done my colour swatches. There you go. How about that? That's nice. Just adding that. I really can't stamp flat today, but anyway. So just adding that definition. If I can stamp. Deep breaths. There we go. And just one in there. One out here. Yes, the three colours together, just a couple of the darker ones and I'm happy. Thank you, Bev. I know exactly what that is for. Early espresso. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're up to 7 ink pads. God help me. I mean, you know. Okay. Oh, I do have a bit of red ink here. I'm just going to wet the corner of my, and then I'm just, sorry, I'm just, oh no, I got red in the corner there. Doesn't matter, we're just going to add a little bit of red blending apparently. Apparently so. Don't know how that happened. Don't have ink on my hands yet or anything. If that's working, thank you, Bev. Yeah, I'm there going, oh, the colours are okay, but they're a little lost. So I just do things, we all do things a little bit differently. So if you are intimidated by doing a whole stamped background, take it right back to this kind of one where you're just working with a card front. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I love it. I think that is all we need, except for maybe a touch of blending. I love it when things in my head come to fruition. So you can see how our original textured timber and the twig from Encircled in Nature just gave us that beautiful base for the flowers, leaves and sentiment to pop. Hello, Mr. Bobby. How's Miss Cinnamon? Bobby got a new pet. I do just want to add a little bit of blending. So I know my brush is over here from class. So I know which one I want to use. There's not much left. I just want to use a touch of crumb cake. I know there's a little bit of red here, but I'm just going to, probably went a little bit heavy there, and then I'm probably going to have to do all the edges to a point now. Yep, and just down this edge, and I think that just finishes it off nicely. So this is our prototype, and now I'm going to go in and do each step on, I don't know, how many card bases do you think? Hey, Miss Mon, I'm so, oh no, I didn't miss you, Miss Mon. Oh, very wet and miserable Brisbane. That's not good, but I'm glad you made it there safely. So the one thing I probably need is a bit of dottage, but I will wait until I've done all my flower dottage and add some extra dottage at the end, okay? But this is what we've got so far. So, oh, hello, Miss 71. I did miss you there for a second, but I found you. And Miss Bonnie's here too. Oh, everyone's here. So, how many card bases did... Oh, I only had 3. I reckon I add 2 more and we end up doing 5, because that seems like a lovely number, doesn't it? And then all I have to do is pop these onto card bases, and they're easy. And this is really easily reproduced. Okay, ready to rock and roll. Now I've just got to find. So we have our textured timber, which is an in colour. Okay, so we're coming in with Stamped Off Crumb Cake. Okay, that is one. Lovely. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm doing each step at the same time. And stamp off. 2. So this part is actually going to go quite quickly now. We had a fair bit of a chat at the start. So I think I'm misstamping. Oh no, that little bit there. I'm going to have to see with my last one because we're already up to our last panel. How's that? Yeah, it looks like I'm misstamping it, but that's exactly how the stamp should be. There you go. Okay, so I have that one done. Now I'm going to grab the twig. So that part was from Textured Timber. Our next part is from Encircled in Nature, which only arrived yesterday for me, and we're going to use the twig. I'm looking forward to playing with this quite a lot because I am a bit partial to a twig. Now, is this pecan? No, that's early espresso. So let's just pop that over there. I'm going to leave crumb cake open because I will need that for our blending at the end. So just a little bit of blending. Okay, so we're just... And this is when I stamped this with my original card. This is where I went, oh dear, what have I done? But that's okay. Okay, I got a bit of smudging on the edge, but that's okay. I have very dry throat, but no time for a drink when I'm mid-stamping in my hand. Nice. I think on my original one I stamped this off. So for the last two, I'm going to go with that because apparently my brain wasn't engaged. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. And over here. Nice, done. That is also done, and the stamp is out of the way. Next, let's go in with our flowers. So these are the poinsettias from Ringed with Nature. And I'm actually going to close the Pecan Pie ink pad. Whoops. Jeez Louise. There we go. That is closed. So there's no stamping off with this. And I am using the Retiring Sweet Sorbet. And I have used this colour quite a bit. And I think I will miss it. To be honest, is there an in colour that... Oh, thank you, Maureen. Do you... what in colour that is Retiring will you miss the most? Now, I am purposely just going to turn this flower all the way around. So then it doesn't look the same the whole way. But I'm also going to entwine them so they look connected. And I'm going to follow a little bit more of the circle than what I did with my original one. Just notice you're not using a foam. I have never used one with my photopolymer stamps. Besides the fact it was me misstamping with those leaves, that was a me not putting the stamp flat. I have never found I've needed it, and I get fantastic impressions without needing the foam mat, so I don't use one. That really is the simple answer. I don't need one to get the results. Parakeet Party. Yep, well, we're using that for you, Shaz. That's good. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Monica. Hey, Shannon, how are you? You're Miss Starry Sky, Brenton. That's a beautiful colour. I am a little bit independent, despite all my challenges, like you just saw then. Now, these are the ones I didn't stamp off, but do you know what? They're just going to work just as well. So I'm spinning the paper here rather than spinning the stamp, because for me, that is just a little bit easier. I'm also very aware that I do have ink on this block and trying not to get that over the card front. Okay, that was a miss ink, but that's fine. That's it. Okay, so that's that one done. That can go over there and close this ink pad. Yes, Margine, hello, how are you? What did Maureen say that I missed? Oh, thank you, Maureen and Bonnie. Sweet Sorbet and Starry Sky. So you guys don't like Orchid Oasis? Because I like that because that's a bit more of a purple. I'm just going to have a quick drink of water, and then we're going to start with our greenery, which is actually 3 greens. So the 3 greens we have Soft Seafoam, Parakeet Party, and Granny Apple. So I think I used Granny Apple last. That will be logical. So I'm just going to wipe off my stamp and start at the start. So these 3 can, or these 2 can just go aside so I don't kerfuffle myself too much. Now I'm trying not to stamp up the stem, or ink up the stem, should I say. Okay, and if you can hear David outside, he, by the sounds of it, is doing some karate practice. So some of these internal bits you won't see, you can't see on screen, but I can definitely see in person. Okay, I do want at least a little bit down here. Now, I'm not stamping off. I'm actually just using the 3 ink pads as they are. You could stamp off with the 2 darker ones. I think I'm happy with the base of that. But yeah, it's totally up to you the way you would like to do it. I've just used the 3 ink pads, and stamping off Soft Seafoam, you get nothing. So yeah. So I'm making sure we go into these white spaces. Even, oh, that was just poor stamping by me. And maybe just one into the middle there, and then I can build upon that. Thank you. Oh, look, like doing these. It's more the large sheet aspect that I'm not a fan of. I did say at the start of the video that I'm probably not as much of a lover as you and a lot of others of doing an A4 sheet, or God help me, a 12 by 12 sheet, but I do love doing these, and sometimes it's my hands that really stop me. And I didn't mention that earlier. It is my hands, because the way I'm holding this now, I am starting to get a bit of an ouch. But I know it's temporary pain for long-term gain. And then I will have these amazing Christmas cards done and in my stash ready for Christmas, which is the whole aim of the Christmas Stampathon. Do a little bit every month throughout the year. So then we've got the cards there ready to go at the time that we actually want them and need them. Does that help me wanting to address cards and write on them? No, because that is probably my least favorite bit about Christmas, is doing the cards. Do I know people really appreciate what I send them? Yes, which is why I do it. Okay, that's the last one. So I'm going to close my soft sea foam. Okay, so we're 4 processes down. Now I'm going to go in with less and less of these colours as we go through. Oh, just add a little bit there. I did not clean this because it really didn't need cleaning, and if I actually used the stamp appropriately, took a deep breath and made sure it was flat on the paper, that'd be awesome. But you know, I'm here, I'm there going, get these done. But hey. And one in here. Maybe a little bit more. And one in there. Look, I added as many as I did before. Oh, thank you, Shari. Yeah, as Mom says, probably isn't in my wheelhouse as much as other styles of cards I do, but I do them all the same when required. Okay, so one in here, one down there. So you can see how buildable this one leaf is, because I'm still using the same stamp. Yep, happy with that. Each one's going to be a little bit different. Thank you, Bev. And truly, once I've got everything out from designing the first one, they truly do not take a lot of time to do. It's just the repetitive nature of doing them. And even if I stuff up, it's a leaf. In the whole scheme of things, it's a leaf. And if I stamp another one and it doesn't match up, no one's going to judge you on it. Me or you, depending on if you do what I do. Like I did just then. There we go. I'm very, very happy that Owen enjoyed his morning at the childcare centre doing work experience. So I think it was especially nice being surrounded by some people he knows, because also one of the workers there he's known since he was little as well. Okay, that's the end of that one. So then we're just going to go in with some feature leaves of Granny Apple Green. Ah, thank you, Maureen. I'm so glad my cards brighten your day. Okay, Granny Apple Green. Now, oh, I didn't do my flower centers yet. They're going, why have I still got a red ink pad here? Duh, but that's okay. So I'm definitely going to just a little bit of ink. If I use this corner, I will get less ink on me. Okay. Now this is one you could definitely be stamping off if you wanted to. That would work really, really well. But because I've got all those undercolours, you can have a look there. You've got all the undercolours there. I just don't feel I need it. Although I am thinking maybe just one stamped off one there. Just maybe. That can now go there. Okay. So does anyone have any questions while I'm going around with this about the Christmas Stamp-a-thon or what I'm doing, about on stage, any of the retiring products? I am a captive audience while I am stamping, basically. Okay, I keep on checking to see if anyone else has anything. I think I've got a fairly good handle on the retired list. I've started disorganizing because it's not really organizing. I have started corralling my retired things, so then I can, when new things start coming in, I can definitely more easily have room for them. Here we go. Did that break? I went just knocked something off and went, my heart stopped. I don't know if you heard whatever it was. I don't know if it was a plate or if it was a glass, honestly. Yep, I'm happy with that. And one more to go. Just keep stamping, okay, Bev? I will just keep stamping and crapping on about whatever's in my brain at that point. It was a bowl. I think Owen's cooking himself lunch. I'm eavesdropping on the family with the door closed. Okay, leaves are done. That stamp can go over there. Get my hand moving a bit. You did not think you needed it, Ida, you need it. Actually, on my blog and here on YouTube, if you ever go, oh, I like that stamp set, like Ringed in Nature, you can definitely do a search on my channel. So if you just look up Ellen Woodbridge, and then make sure you're on my channel, you can do a search for the name of the stamp set, and if I've used that, it will come up with all the videos, and on my blog it will come up with all of the blog posts, because I don't have a video for all my projects. this, but all of my projects, or pretty much all of them, are on my blog. So there's a bit of a library there for you to look at. So I'm just adding these flower centers on the sweet sorbet with cherry cobbler. And they are coming up beautifully. Now, if I was to add some more dottage at the end, I don't think I want to use this dottage. Or do I keep with the same dottage but like use it stamped off or something? I think after this, all I have to do is the sentiment. I've been at this, including 15 minutes at the end, which I kind of looked at the clock and went, I didn't mean to talk for 15 minutes, but I did. Yeah, it's a good set, Ida. It really, really is. I have used it quite a lot. I've used this a lot, the tree ring. When we had the gnomes, I used the mushrooms. Probably haven't used this winterberry as much because winterberries aren't a thing in Australia. I have used this one. Could have used this one today, but I didn't. So I've used the house. Probably these are the main three ones, and the sentiments that I have used. I've loved it. Definitely loved it. Okay, sentiment time. Bring in our Belly Espresso with, I have one stamp left on my desk. And then we're going to come back in, add, probably going to do a bit less blending than what I did in the original, just between you and me. I probably went a little bit heavy-handed. That is not inked up evenly. Thing I love about photopolymer. And I love We Wish You a Merry Christmas. It just makes me want to sing the song. Okay, oh, I love our photopolymer stamps. Seriously, they just stamp like a dream. And I love that this side I've contained everything within the twig so you can still see it. Yeah, I've probably, Ruth, I can pretty much guarantee Monica has used it more than me. I feel she does a lot more projects than me, which just is. There we go. So is that done? All stamps have been used and they are off to the side. So I'm only left with my teacher blending. So this is my question. Do you prefer it clean or do you prefer to have it blended? Or do I do half and half? See you, Brenton. Thank you so much. Yes, I hope you have something happening with your knee because you were telling me about it while we were away. Brenton was sitting next to me and Lisa, who's not here, Lisa Atley, Monica and Bev were sitting in front of me. Blended edges, Ida. Okay, but I will go lighter than what I did on this one. Okay. Right. So we have our crumb cake. Do you think I could get that out of my brain? So I am actually using a very light hand here. Now, thinking ahead to card bases, I think it might actually look really, really nice to possibly use sweet sorbet for these card bases. So there we go. Heavy-handed, light-handed. So it's there. Or would you like me to go somewhere in between? It is there, trust me. When I put it up against the white, you can see it is blended. I'm happy to go with this because I'm loving these. There you go. You can see it is actually blended there. Okay. So, good tip for when you're blending, I always do pounce it off onto whether it be cardstock or whether it just be your desk, as long as you remember to actually clean it up and then not put another project into it, that it just takes off the bristle marks and just moves sweet sorbet. I thought so too, Monica. I was just sitting here going, what colour do I use? And because it's going, we might as well use it. Try in between, please. Okay, I will do an in between one for you, Miss Maureen. I prefer the lighter, but I'm happy to do an in between. So in between for me is just bringing it in a little bit wider. So maybe not as heavy, but bringing that colour in more. So I think that's in between, and I actually don't hate the in between. So it just gives you that really nice vignette. I don't hate the first one either. It's just a little heavy for me. So tell me if you prefer the in between, Maureen, just so you know, so when then you go crafting, you can. I didn't mean to go in between on this one, but in between this one is. And this also would have looked really good on very vanilla, but I didn't. I went with white. It's kind of, I don't know, it's my reflex to go with basic white. Okay, blending brush can go back in my class things. I am going to spray because I have a lovely brown hue on my glass mat. So give that a spray that can sit there for a second while I close the ink pad, and then just grab my microfiber cloth and give it a wipe down. That's what I love about working on glass. And I will keep you updated with what I hear about the glass mat. I haven't heard anything yet, but that is neither good nor bad. It just is. So let's do a little sweet sorbet test here and see how this will look. That will look fantastic. Yeah, that will look really, really nice. So I'm going to need 3 sheets. 3 sheets. Yes, yes. Great, thank you, Sharon. I'm glad you like it too. I was running a little bit low. I've kind of run my in colours down, so I haven't got a huge amount left of that. And I think all the scraps I took out 4 when I only needed 3. All the scraps I think I will give to my grandson's daycare, or maybe now the daycare where Owen is doing work experience. I'm just going to pop these off for a second. But look at me using 4 different stamp sets on a card. Normally I'm like 2 or 3. But I had 3 picked originally, and then I got a new one in the mail. And you know, when you get a new one, you just have to use it. Like when you get something new, it's all exciting. It's like, oh, I must use it. don't cut score. How many of you recently have cut your cardstock instead of scoring it? I do it far too often than I'd like to admit. No, me, okay, I do. I probably do agree with you there, Monica. I have certainly used the in colours that are carrying over more than what I use these. And I thought I would use the Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis like heaps and heaps. I probably did, like the first Christmas. I used them a lot, and one of these card bases can go back in the pile. Okay. So, still got stuff left from class. When I have my class, I have them at my dining room table. I just put my basic tools in a mug. I got this from a baby shower. All the special mementos. Oh yes, to cutting, good. Good. I'm glad I am in such wonderful company when it comes to doing silly things like that. And you know, even I do it as well. Because, you know, you're not paying attention. You just go on autopilot and go, oh, no. But you always hope you have enough paper in your stash that you can right your wrong. And you can always hopefully get a card front out of your mistake. Oh, thank you, Mon. Good luck with the rest of... are you travelling anymore today, or are you at your destination? It's good to know. Good to know when friends get to their destination safely. I'm waiting on news from my parents. I think they may arrive in Hong Kong today. No, today's Tuesday. They'll arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow, I think. They have been on a cruise, which is lovely, and their destination is Hong Kong. They went all the way from Brisbane, which is where Monica is currently, to Hong Kong. Stopping in some new places along the way. They'd never been to the Philippines, and they got two stops in the Philippines, which was, where am I going to put it? Just in there, which was fun for them. I haven't heard how they liked that. That's a great idea, Maureen. There's your top tip. Take the blade out, because see, I kind of score and cut at the same time. That's why I generally keep one in, but they are actually quite easy to take out. Oh, that is wet glue. Okay, or we are avalanching just a little bit. I'm actually going to show you how to stop this avalanche of glue, and this is by opening the bottom. Did you know this glue actually has two sides, two ends? So you have this thicker end, which I find I don't really use, and you have this thinner end. Just while this is still avalanching a little bit, I'm not putting any pressure on it currently. This is all just popping out. So you can equalize the pressure by just opening the bottom end, and that equalizes perfectly. Right. Maybe I do need a bit more glue on this one. Just maybe. I'm going to leave that for a second and go with this one. Oh, we never put on any extra dottage. Do we really need extra dottage? I don't think we do, because we put the blending on the edge. I know, Glenna, I kind of used the dottage in the middle of the flowers. Hopefully, Glenna, you forgive me for not using extra dottage, because I did kind of forget. And I don't know that I want to add another stamp set to what we're doing. So I'm just going to pop the broad tip cap back up and just there we go. And this is this piece here. Hooray. Just slide that over a bit. And I think that one is pretty good. I do have a bit of a splodge there, but I'm okay. I don't even feel it needs embellishing. Oh, once a week, Ida? No, I must say mine is less than that. Oh dear, that's not good. Hopefully someone isn't distracting you when you're doing that. Maybe I did need that. Oh no, it's all good. I'm miscounting in my head here. Okay. There we go. Great. And one last one. Are there any other? There. It's all the chit-chatting. Sorry, Ida. So sorry. Are there any other additions? Because we're doing a stamped background, I'm hesitant to add embellishments unless you guys, hey Tanya, how are you? You're just coming in at the end. I do encourage you to go and watch from the start. Got some updates at the start of things going on, and then all my children arrived home, and then we got into making this. Oh my god, an hour and 15 minutes. These 5 cards took an hour to make, guys, with all of our chit-chatting. Look at us go. So any last minute additions while I have a drink of water? I will take any comments and consider them. But you guys have heard my opinions. So, must have been from, yeah, look at that. That's what those bits are from. You love them. So that is what we came up with. So these are our stamped backgrounds. So bling in the center. I do have dots in the center. So I kind of don't want to add any more bling because I did purposely do stamping. So these are for the Christmas Stampathon challenge, and the challenge for March ending on the 24th of April is a stamped background. So if you are comfortable, you can use half a sheet of A4 or you can use a full sheet of A4 or 12 by 12. I was comfortable in using a card front size. So this was our original, and I experimented, well, not experimented, but I kind of used that as my first one, and then I slightly moved my flowers off to the side, and that's kind of where we ended up. But yes, bling on the flowers totally would work, Tanya, and if someone wanted to add a little bit more dottage, they could, but I just feel like they don't need the dottage. So I'm going to go with the stamp sets in the way that I stamped. So I started with using the textured timber. This is an online exclusive, so you can view the online exclusives on my online store. Link is in the description box below. Then I went in with the brand new for me Encircled in Nature stamp set for our twig ring around the tree ring, and this is also an online exclusive. Then I went in, now this is actually a borrowed stamp set for me. I do have it on a long-term loan. Oh no, next, sorry, we went in with Ringed in Nature. So from this I used the leaf, and I used it in 3 colours, and I'll show you those colours in a second. Added lots of greenery around our poinsettias, and we used the little dottage for the centre of each. I could have used more greenery and a couple of other things from here, but I decided to keep it simple. And then I finished with the sentiment. It's meant to go with the dies and look like a Christmas tree, but it just looks like a normal sentiment on the cards that we created. It really does. So the colours, I really feel like Ruth now because I use so many colours. Sorry. And I'm dropping all my ink pads. Don't you love it when you watch someone for so long and then you go, oh, I feel like her because I used so many colours. I'm just kind of putting them in some kind of order. Okay, so here we go. We use Sweet Sorbet and Cherry Cobbler. For my greens, I use Soft Sea Foam, Parakeet Party Granny Apple Green, and for all my base brown colours, I use Crumb Cake, Pecan Pie, and Early Espresso. So that, I'm trying to just maybe get them in the middle here. So I used 4 stamp sets, 2, 4, 6, 8 colours, and we made 5 cards. So I would love you to give a stamped background to go with me this month as part of the Christmas Stampathon. The link is in the description box below, or you can find us on Facebook. Just look up Christmas Stampathon 2024 and you will find us. I will have some closer up photos of these tomorrow in my blog post. But thank you so much for joining and being a part of my videos. I love it when you guys all participate. And I love all your kind comments. So I will be back on Thursday. I'm not sure whether I'll be here on YouTube or if I will be on Facebook, but keep an eye out on my social media the morning before I go live, and I will tell you where I will be. So have a lovely couple of days, and I will see you then. Bye.